Hi, this session will be focused on rehabilitation. So we'll bear in mind that she's done a little bit of introductory yoga after having her baby now. So she's done some recovery work. She's starting to feel a little bit better in herself, and she wants to start rehabbing her body, basically. So getting things ready to start rebuilding. So there'll be a little bit of stretching in this, a little bit of strength work, not much equipment at all, just really using the body weight to wake the body up again. Okay, so we'll begin with a cross-leg position. Now, for most new mums, they're going to be a little bit stiff in the lower back, so we need to sit on something. So you're just using a block. If the pelvis is sore or the pelvic floor is still a little bit sore, we can place a cushion or a folded blanket onto that as well. Okay. By sitting up onto a raise, as you probably know, that just helps to really elongate through the lower back and take pressure off the discs. Disc problems, new mums, is more common than we know. Sometimes the pain is there, but we don't know it's a disc. So just to err on the side of caution, good to just create some space around those lower lumbar discs. Okay, so let's warm up. You can take a breath in, rolling the shoulders up, exhaling to release down, and then again, breath in to lift. And exhale down. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Bringing one hand to the ground. Other arm reaches up and over. Exhaling again as you reach. Coming back to center now. Other side. Breath in. And again, exhale, reaching over. So really feeling the length through the side ribs. A little QL muscle at the base of the waist, kind of at the side of the back. It's so stiff. It's so stiff for new mums. So we're just really reaching into that area, holding it there. One more breath. And then again, coming back to center. Seated cat and cow. We're bringing hands onto the knees, onto the front of the knees, pressing the chest forwards, lift the chin. And then let's from there just roll it back, let the chin drop to the chest. And then again, coming forwards, press the heart forwards, lift the chin. And then again, rolling it back. Back of the neck is nice and long. One more time, coming forwards, lift the chin. And then again, rolling back. So there's a little flexion, little extension, and coming back to the top. We'll come into a forward fold now. So just try and align the heels underneath the knees as best you can, flexing the feet, toes pointing forwards. And then from here, we'll let the hands just come forwards. Shoulders nice and relaxed, letting the chin drop down towards the chest as well. By placing the feet into dorsiflexion, so that's toes pointing forwards in this position, we're just helping to open up through the back of the hip, especially into the glute medius muscle. Walking the hands back towards you. Let's go on the other side. So just give the legs a little bit of a stretch out to start with, and then folding them back in with the other leg in front. Okay, so again, flexing the feet, toes pointing forwards. Let's take it forwards again. So opening up to the back of the pelvis, also through the lower back a little. Back of the neck is nice and long. Breathing into the back ribs. Inhale, exhale. And then walking again the hands back towards you to come all the way up from there. Good. Let's place the feet now flat to the ground. We'll go into our windscreen wiper twist. So hands just to the floor behind you now. And then just real small movements, just in case any of your ladies have had a C-section, just real small movements here. Little drop to the side and then back again. Good. Okay, one more either side. And then again, coming back, we'll move into a forward fold now. Really nice to do this at the beginning of a session, so you can revisit it at the end and just see a little progression there, no doubt. So legs are nice and strong, we're pressing into the heels, get those quadriceps working. So as you contract the quads, you see the kneecaps move a little bit, and then you know the quads are engaged. The benefit of that is that your knee joints have more support and your hamstrings will release more. Walking the hands forwards now, spreading the fingers, breath in. Exhale to roll down, drawing the chin towards the chest, and the back of the neck is nice and long. Breath in and breath out. Okay, take your time now as you come all the way up. We're moving on to hands and knees. We'll take a rotation and then we're good to go. So thread the needle is one of my favorite rotations. So from box position, we'll sink the left hand to the ground, taking right arm up and out, and then threading all the way under and through, pausing there. My right hand has the palm facing up, and then coming back to center, other side. Lifting from their left arm, open across the chest. And then again, just threading all the way under. Neck again nice and relaxed, little rotation there. Breath in and out. And then again, just coming all the way back to center. So from our box position now, we'll do a little bit of strength work here. I want you to imagine you've got a glass of water on the base of your pelvis, so really on the sacrum, so that large flat bone at the center of the back of your pelvis. Now we're going to keep the water in the glass as we reach away opposite arm to leg. So keeping everything super steady as you reach. Inhale, bring it down. Exhale, other side. Breath out, pushing into the heel, toes point down. Inhale again, dropping back down. Exhale again to reach, pushing into the heel. Hips again nice and level. And then again slowly down. Exhale again to reach away, pushing into the heel. Hips nice and level. And then again bringing it down. 2 more. Exhale, reach. Again, keeping the water in the glass, and again down. You'll notice the back of my neck is nice and long, so the crown of the head is pointing forwards. The gaze is down to the mat. And releasing down. Moving into cat stretch, we're coming up onto the fingertips, knees apart, rolling up through the spine, drawing the chin in. Really trying to get that space across the mid-back. Back of the neck is nice and long. Get that tailbone drawing in. So really you're going into a posterior tilt. Just really stretch across the lower back. Okay, and then from here, just coming back to neutral position with the spine. We're walking the hands forwards a little bit now. Just going to start loading through the upper body a bit more. So we're keeping the spine in neutral. I'm going to hold it there. I'm going to tuck the toes under as well, just to give the toes a little bit of a stretch, really, that's all. And we're going to hold it there and really use our core. So I'm drawing now navel into the spine, the core is engaged, and I'm lifting the pelvic floor as well. Keep breathing. Hold it there for 1 more breath. And then stretch it out, bringing the bottom back to the heels. And then again, coming forwards. Hold it there. This time switching the arms off a little bit by bending the elbows. Now I've bent my elbows, I can't rely on hanging off my joints, and now my core has to work a bit more strongly. I can already feel that more. So really trying to draw in the TVA, that's the transverse abdominis muscles. Again, lifting through the pelvic floor, the neck is nice and long. 1 more breath. And then again, releasing all the way back. Okay, and then 1 more time. Again, coming forwards, holding that neutral position with the back. I'm going to change it up slightly. So from here now, I'm just going to hover 1 hand away from the floor, placing it down. Other side, we lift and we drop it down. It's quite strong. Let's try 1 more either side. It might be she just lifts up 1 inch away from the floor to start with, and that's okay. All right, and then again, stretching back. Child's pose. So just taking knees nice and wide now, touching the big toes together, reaching forwards, and let the head relax down. If that's not comfortable, if she feels like she hasn't got enough space, then just bringing forehead down onto the block from there. Deep breath in and out. Okay, now from here we'll come over onto our side. I wouldn't do any more there on hands and knees because it can be quite strong on the wrists, so good to break up the hands and knees stuff. It can be strong on the knees as well because lots of postnatal mums have a bit of soreness in the knees. So coming down now onto your side, we're going to come down onto the forearm like so. Now the common thing here that happens is we end up drawing up like that and really hanging off the shoulder joint. We definitely don't want that, okay? We want to make some space through the shoulder joint, Draw the ribs up away from the mat and the legs are stacked. Bringing the top hand down to the floor just for a little bit of support. Okay, gonna keep that waist lifted. Take a breath in and we're simply opening the knees. So it's an exhale, open, and an inhale to draw back in. As I exhale and open the knees, I'm keeping the movement small because I don't want to roll back onto my bottom. I want to keep the hips facing forwards and then we draw back in. As I open the knees, I'm pressing my heels together as well. Inhale again, drawing back together. Exhale again to open. Inhale back together. Good. Exhale. We're working into the hip joint here. That's what we're trying to achieve. A little bit more strength in the rotator muscles in the hip. Good. And we're working with super short levers here. So it's super safe for our postnatal mums. Okay. Working into that glute minimus muscle as well. That's why you're feeling it in here. Exhale to open. Keep the waist lifted. And again, coming back down. We'll do 3 more. Exhale. Navel into spine, pelvic floor lifts. And as we inhale, we release it back down. Exhale again, lift. Inhale down. Okay, exhale. That might be more than 3, sorry. And then again, releasing down. Okay, let's stretch it out. Coming into mermaid position. So I've got my right leg forwards, left leg is back. Right hand is to the ground. And then I'm reaching up and over with the left arm into a sideways bend. I'm going to drop the arm down in front of the face and then over to the other side. As you reach towards the feet, it might feel a bit more awkward. If it doesn't feel right for her, we can just go to the other side instead. Maybe just hold it a little bit longer. Okay. All right, one more either side. And then we'll bring it down now onto our other side. So she could just either roll over onto our other side. I'm going to change ends, so I'm still looking at the camera. Coming down again onto the forearm now. Really normal to feel a little different one side to the other. Most women after they have a baby have a little bit of asymmetrical alignment going on. It's pretty normal. And then we're obviously holding baby one side as well predominantly, so that has an effect too. So you can always assure your mum, very normal to feel different one side to the other. The elbow again is like directly under the shoulder. I'm lifting my ribs away from the floor, stacking the legs. From there, taking a breath in. As you exhale now, opening into the hips there. Inhale down. So sorry, excuse me. Exhale again to open. And we inhale, bringing it back together. Exhale again to open. Inhale down. Exhale. Waist is lifted. Inhale down. As I open the knees now, really press the heels together. And as you do that, you'll notice more work into the hip. Again, drawing back. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale again, open. Inhale down. Good job. Exhale. Inhale. Really focus on that pelvic floor now. So as you open the knees, open the hips, we're lifting pelvic floor. And then we inhale, release down. Let's do 3 more like that. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. Exhale again to lift. Inhale down. One more time. Exhale. And inhale. Great. Okay. Coming up again into our mermaid position. So we've got left leg in front, right leg back. And then from here, left hand is to the ground. Right arm reaches up and over. Okay. And release. Other side. Coming up and over. And again, breath in. Breath out. And again, inhale, exhale. And last one. Okay, and then again, just coming back to center. Good. We'll come down onto our backs now. We'll go into the shoulder bridge. I really like using a block for this between the knees. Some of you will see me use a Pilates ball as well. That can be really nice. If you don't have either, you can just use a folded up cushion. So be careful as you come down. Either come down onto the forearms as you come down, or you can roll to the side if she's still feeling quite weak in the center, coming down onto the side. Or if she's knows she's got a pretty severe diastasis recti, definitely roll to the side and come down. Okay, taking the block now between the legs or whatever prop you've got. Ankles just directly underneath the knees now, and the arms are just down by our side. We're taking a breath in, And on the exhale now, I'm going to give the block a squeeze. So breath out, we're pressing in. Think about drawing the energy in towards the midline. And as we inhale, we release. Exhale again, drawing in. And then we inhale, release. Exhale again, drawing in. And we inhale, release. Adding to that now a pelvic tilt. So as we breathe out, we squeeze in and we tilt the pelvis back a little. Yeah, so now my tailbone is off the floor. And then I inhale, release down. Exhale again, press and scoop. Inhale down. Exhale again, press and scoop. Inhale. With this kind of work, this kind of strength work, I really like breathing out through the mouth. I find I get a stronger connection with my core. So you might like to try that. Exhale. Inhale. Making the movement a little bigger now. So as we breathe out, lifting the hips, roll up the spine, just about halfway off the floor. Inhale, release down. Exhale again, lift the hips, coming up into bridge position now. Nice straight line from the knees through to the shoulders. Inhale down. Exhale again to lift. Coming up. Inhale again down. Exhale again to lift. Squeeze the block. Inhale down. Focus now on pelvic floor. Exhale again, lifting the pelvic floor as you come up. And then we inhale to release everything back down. 3 more. Exhale again, lift pelvic floor coming up. Inhale down. Exhale again to lift. Inhale. 1 more time. Exhale again, coming up. And again, inhale, coming down. Good. Stretching into the hamstrings now. Put your block to one side, your prop to one side. Reaching up from there, press into the heel. Draw the toes back towards you. Holding for a few more breaths. So when you work with the knee inflection, like this one is at the moment, the hamstrings will be shortened. So that's why it's good to do a hamstring stretch afterwards. Okay, other side, just to balance things out. Pressing into the heel. Again, toes drawing back towards you. Holding it there. Inhale, exhale. And again, releasing down. Okay, starting to work the core a little bit more directly now. I'm going to do a leg hover. So I want you to press the lower back down into the mat. So imagine your lower back is an anchor and you're anchoring down into the earth. Okay, I want you to keep it there. Arms are down by our side and we're simply bringing the leg up to a right angle. One leg comes up, shin level to the floor. And then keep that lower back anchored down as you place the foot back down. Other side, lift. And release down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. Good. Exhale again, lift. When you come up, just make that knee line up with the hip. We're not going in towards the chest. That defeats the purpose because that switches off the core, switches on the hip flexors. We don't want that at the moment. Exhale again, lift. Good. Inhale down. Adding the arms now. So from here, as you raise the right leg up, the left arm lifts. So this is a good little bit of brain gym, good bit of coordination now. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. So as the leg comes down and the arm comes down, the lower back will want to lift from the floor. So that's where we start to really switch on the TVA to keep the lower back pressed down. Exhale again, lift. Inhale, lower. And again, exhale. Inhale. Now, if that's looking okay, so you can see she's breathing, you can see the lower back is anchored down and she's not getting overwhelmed, then we can take it a little further. So bringing both legs up. We would still lift one at a time. So be a breath in, exhale, lift the leg, inhale, exhale, other leg comes up. And we practice holding it there. We're not taking it any further. Again, the lower back is anchored down into the mat. Arms are relaxing down. And even if she's been very strong before, if she's just had a baby or two, maybe she had twins, then there will be some shaking going on. And it's not until that shaking starts to recede that we tend to take it a little bit further, okay? So the muscle fibers are just starting to really wake up again. If they've been cut in the C-section, it's going to take some time for them to regenerate and heal. So it's really normal for this to be quite shaky when she's in the first sort of 3 months or so of being postnatal. Okay, so I feel that's enough now. So let's bring the knees in towards the chest. We held that for around about a minute. Okay, so just drawing the knees in. If that was too strong for her, of course, you would start maybe 30 seconds, and then week by week, you start increasing it. So let's do it one more time. So again, coming up this time, I'm going to press into the heels just for some different action in the feet. Toes pointing up. Lower back again is anchored down from there. Okay, we're going to really focus on the breathing now and the pelvic floor. So we're taking a breath in, and then on the exhale, pelvic floor lifts. And we inhale, release the pelvic floor just a little. Exhale again, lift. Inhale, release a little. Exhale, lift. Inhale, 2 more. Exhale, pelvic floor lifts. We inhale, release. One more time. Exhale. Inhale and relax. Well done. Drawing knees in towards the chest. Placing feet flat to the ground now. Relax the arms back, so cactus arms. If the hands don't comfortably reach the floor, place a prop underneath the hands. We don't want to leave them hanging like this because it can strain the shoulder. If you don't have props, then just let the arms rest down by your side instead. Okay, so let the legs again just drop side to side. Just nice small movements, just in case anyone's had a section. And then back to center. Okay, so coming over onto our side now, we'll do some sideline balance work. This is fantastic for starting to regenerate the core, engage the core again without putting strain on the core or the lower back. So we just got a nice long line with the body. The head can just rest down onto the hand there, or she could have the head all the way down onto the arm. Whatever is most comfortable is absolutely fine. If she's got quite a broad pelvis, you might find lying on the side is not comfortable for her, and it will definitely be harder for her to balance as well. So just bear that in mind before you start progressing the movement. But we can take a blanket and just place that underneath the hips for a bit of extra padding if she needs, especially if you're on a hard floor. Because if she's in pain with that, she's just going to tense up. The movement's not going to work. Okay, so from here now, just coming into some balance, nice long line through the body. I'll just move that block out of the way so you can see my feet. Okay, and then I'm just hovering the legs off the floor. So the legs are nice and neutral now. And I'm pointing the toes away. For some people, that does give them a little bit of cramp, so the feet can always be relaxed if that's the case. Okay, once she's got her balance, then from there we can bring that top arm up onto the thigh and just see how that works out. Holding it there. So like the last movement we did, just holding it static. Slow, deep inhale and exhale. Holding it there. Okay, and release down. So we were up around about a minute there or thereabouts. Okay, so that's a good place to start. Now from here, we'll bring the legs back up, and then we're going to try lifting the top leg. So I've got that lower leg hovering off the floor and just a little lift with the top leg. Breath out, inhale to come down. Exhale again to lift. Inhale down. I'm not taking the leg too high because that's going to change the alignment of the hips. And I want the hips to stay nice and neutral. I'm drawing in my waist. I've got navel into spine. I'm lifting pelvic floor. That's what we're looking for. So although it just looks like a simple leg lift, there's still quite a lot going on. Let's do 3 more. Exhale to lift. Inhale down. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. And then one more time. Exhale up. Good. And inhale down. Let the legs now relax to the floor. We're bending the knees now. And then draw the top foot up towards the bottom as the knee draws back, gently pressing the hips forwards. Make sure this knee is in line with the hip, so the front of the ilium, that hip bone there. We don't want the knee up here or dropping down. It's kind of lazy. So just stretching into the quadriceps, heel draws up towards the bottom. Really great stretch for the psoas muscles as well. Okay, and then relaxing the leg down from there. Let's come over onto our other side. So again, just creating that nice long line through the body. The head can relax down again onto move up a little bit, onto the hand, or reaching it all the way out. Nice and long through the legs. Okay, drawing in through the waist. All right, top hand now just resting down onto the floor while she gets settled, and we'll bring it up in a moment. All right. Okay, so just holding that there. Again, really normal to feel different one side to the other. I always say that because I'm astounded how different I feel still, three years on now from, well, more than that, from my last baby. Okay, so legs hovering off the floor, nice and stable now. So let's bring that top arm up, and we're just going to hold it there. Again, I've got my feet reaching away. That feels kind of nice on the ankles, but for some people that does create cramps. So you can just let the feet relax if you've got one of those kind of clients. It's probably that they're dehydrated and need a little bit of sodium and magnesium in their diet. Okay, all right, holding it there. Let's just take a few more breaths. Shoulders again nice and relaxed, neck nice and relaxed, and then relaxing all the way down. Good job. Okay, so now we'll go again, this time with a top leg lift. So again, hovering legs away from the floor, taking a breath in, and as you exhale, top leg comes up, and as you inhale, bringing it back down. Exhale again to lift, inhale to lower, exhale again to lift. Really focusing on keeping the hips nice and still, and again on that exhale and lift, pelvic floor comes up, inhale down. So keep thinking about that pelvic floor lifting on the breath out. As the diaphragm muscles move up on the exhale, this will naturally lift the pelvic floor. So we're just trying to build upon that natural movement of the pelvic floor. Exhale again to lift, breath in to come down, exhale up, inhale down. Good job. One more. Exhale. Good. And again, relaxing all the way down from there. Bending the knees now. So legs are relaxed on the floor. Coming back into our quadriceps stretch. So the knee, again, is just gently drawing back. Hips are pressing forwards. Holding it there. Slow, deep breathing. So holding for around about 8 to 10 breaths. Okay, and then relaxing from here. All right, we're coming over onto our backs again now. We're drawing knees in towards the chest. So giving yourself a little bit of a hug there. Stretching across the lower back. Okay, and now from here, we'll just place one foot down to the ground, the other leg's just going to rest onto the thigh there, coming into reclined pigeon pose. Now, it might be that this is enough for her, or it might be that she can just bring that foot away from the floor. If she can reach the thigh, then the hands go around the back of the thigh. If that doesn't quite work, you can either hold the foot for her. If you're doing a one-to-one, that can work really nicely. Or we can take it over to the wall. Again, this is quite nice. So we've got one foot to the wall, other leg comes up. And then you've got that support there from the wall as well. The foot that's closest to you, we want to press into the heel so the toes are pointing up towards the ceiling. And again, this will give that good stretch to the outer hip, in particular the piriformis. So that means this is a really good stretch for sciatica. So when there's a sciatic flare-up, it's usually the piriformis that's pinching on the sciatic nerve, amongst others. Okay, so again, we're holding that for 8 to 10 breaths. And then just placing the foot back down or onto the wall. And then again, just switching sides from there. Again, pressing into the heel so the toes are pointing up towards the ceiling. Shoulders are nice and relaxed. And we're just breathing into any tightness. Got the lower back again, just relaxed down into the floor. Inhale, exhale. And then again, just letting the foot relax back down from there. So just coming back onto the mat. We'll just finish off now, bringing the knees in towards the chest. So just stretching it out from there. Okay, and then we'll move over onto hands and knees. We're going to finish up with a downward dog. So letting the arms now reach forwards, hands are just shoulder width distance apart, toes tucking under, hips lifting, pressing back, neck nice and relaxed. If she's feeling particularly stiff, the feet can go a little bit wider, hands can go a little bit wider as well. Nice deep breath in, nice deep breath out. You can walk the legs out a little bit too, maybe. And then just letting the knees drop down to the ground, resting the hips back into child's pose, arms reaching forwards. I have got the thighs together at the moment. I find that's really comfortable on the lower back. If that doesn't give her enough space, of course, just separate the knees. Okay, taking your time now as you come all the way up. Just coming into a seated forward fold. So now we can just see how much we've progressed in the session. So we did this in the warm-up. So now we can just reach the legs out in front, sliding the hands forwards, letting the head release down. Good. And hopefully the hamstrings and the lower back have softened a little bit, so you can just work your way into that stretch a bit further. And if you can't, that's okay. That's fine. Take your time now to come all the way up. And then you could take your mother into nice deep relaxation from there, and then that'll be quite a nice rounded session, a nice introductory session back into the world of yoga and rehabilitation. Okay, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks.